He is a vicar in the 1950s. He lives in Grantchester, and he has fought in the Second World War, which is a sort of important part of his character. Provides quite a significant backdrop to him and sort of the baggage which he carries around with him. I think he was like they all were, was traumatized by his experiences, and that informs a lot of facets to him. He has a problem with alcohol. He drinks too much. He has very messy relationships with women, partly because he doesn't feel like he's ever good enough for them. So I think he always looks for the best in people, but he doesn't look for the best in himself, and I think he's quite self-loathing and punishing. He is a vicar in this quite sleepy village of Grantchester, and in our stories, written by James Norton and then adapted by Daisy Coulomb, he becomes involved in this murder mystery, in this investigation, and suddenly finds that he not only is quite good at the investigative side of life, but he also really enjoys it. It's a sort of antidote to his quite slow, sleepy existence as a village vicar. So that's the premise of the story. As far as in his head, I mean, like any young man or woman, lots going on and lots to identify with, I hope.
Well, he has a partnership, quite a unique partnership.
Yes.
With a Geordie called Geordie.
Geordie, yeah.
What can you tell me about the dynamic between those two?
Well, so the series really begins with this unlikely friendship between the two of them, and they realise that they can use one another. Geordie is a police officer in Cambridge and realises that Sydney as a vicar, is able to get into places and people's confidence is slightly easier than the policeman is. So he realises that Sydney can be of use in investigating crimes. Sydney sees Geordie and the life he leads and realises that it can be useful to him in an antidote to that slightly sleepy life which comes with being a vicar in Grantchester, and so they sort of live vicariously through one another, and it starts off using one another, and then they start to form this very strong affectionate bond, and it turns into what proves to be a really strong friendship by the end.